All right, so there was a TPUSA event, and Kyle Rittenhouse was a guest of honor. And I'm going to play some clips that were posted by Arizona Right Wing Watch on Twitter in regards to Kyle Rittenhouse being the guest of honor on the TPUSA event. So I want to start this with the clip here of Lauren Boebert praising Kyle Rittenhouse. So I've only seen a couple seconds of each of these clips, so let's see how this goes.
Authenticity seems to be banned in Washington, D.C. But they want to control everything, even down to the way you protect yourself. That is why I stand firm on the Second Amendment. Look. Just since Thanksgiving alone, my office has received dozens of death threats. And it would be a shame to think that I would not have an equalizer against those threats. Just ask my new friend Kyle Rittenhouse, who's here this weekend. You have the right to self-defense. Even if you show up somewhere with a firearm, that right does not go away.
So, okay, Lauren Boebert is the opening act, and so here we go. Like, again, this is like, I want you to really understand the real-world implications of a giant group of hundreds, if not of thousands of people. I don't know how far back this thing goes. And again, not to mention the people watching online. Groups of thousands, probably into the millions of people that think Kyle Rittenhouse is a hero. They think that he's a hero. Like, I need you to understand how fucked up that is. Right? Now, again, let's look at the inverse scenario. With Michael Ryanel, who shot and killed a Trump supporter in Portland, Oregon last year. This was actually, I believe, before Kyle Rittenhouse's situation. So Michael Ryanel was in Portland, Oregon, and there was groups of Proud Boys, I believe. They were patrolling the neighborhoods and bear macing people out of windows. And so one of them approached Michael Ryanel, and Michael Ryanel shot and killed him and fled to Washington in the Pacific Northwest, not D.C. And so, again, now, he claims that he did it in self-defense. Later, he said he did it in self-defense. He then did an interview, right? And then a couple days after doing an interview, he was hunted and executed by the U.S. Marshals. He was, again, I want to be very clear. He killed one person and then claimed self-defense, and for that, he was executed by the state. Now, the U.S. Marshals originally said that he pulled a gun on them, but every single witness, there were 3 witnesses, every single one said that never happened. He was shot before he even knew that people had guns pointed at him. Right? So again, he was executed for self-defense. Now again, we don't know if it was self-defense because there was very hazy footage of that whole interaction, right? You know, we didn't get a trial, so we don't know all the facts of that case. It very well could have not been self-defense. It's possible, right? Just as it's also possible that Kyle Rittenhouse very much so did not perform in self-defense, right? But again, so do you see giant parades of people like doing like Michael Ryanel parades or when he's dead, so you can't really make a one-to-one here. But again, like think about that. Think about the difference in the logic and the severity of what people will do when it's a left-wing person or a right-wing person.
Right. It's quite scary, actually, because the dreams feel so real, and they're not the same at all. They're all different. They're the different scenarios that run through your head during the day, like what could have happened. Like, I'm alive, but what could have happened? Like, what if I wasn't alive, or what if I didn't?
Rittenhouse is getting deep into quantum mechanics here. He's going in.
But Mr. Rosenbaum, still, my God, it's those type of dreams. The outcome of it's bad, but almost every outcome is either me getting seriously injured or hurt, dead.
It's possible maybe that that's your bias. Like, you shot and killed them and you're defending yourself saying it's self-defense every single day, maybe you think every alternate scenario would result in your murder, because if you thought one of them wouldn't, then that would kind of blow up your whole self-defense thing, right? But no. It's every other possible, right? Every other possible universe in like the fucking many worlds theory of quantum mechanics would say, right, that Kyle Rittenhouse dies. This is the only universe where he doesn't die because facts and logic, right? It totally has nothing to do with bias.
Those are just the dreams I have on a daily basis.
This fucking bullshit, by the way, the music, like, oh my god. Oh no. And then now motherfuckers, we love you, Kyle. They love him? Like that? Alright. But again, like they're creating like a sob story. They're creating like a mythology. Again, this is mythologizing in real time. They're creating a mythology, an alternate history, one to be a patriot, that kind of bullshit. That's what they're doing. They're creating like the origin story, the backstory. Like, you know, like not the first movie, but like, you know, the fourth movie, right? The one that like the second and third movie are like they create a trilogy that goes forward in time. And then you've got the fourth movie where they go back in time. And that's Kyle Rittenhouse, the origin story. What happened? That's what they're creating. They're actively engaging in mythology, but it gets worse. Let's watch. So we've got some sort of music here. And again, we're getting some good camera pans of the audience here. Again, I don't even think about the implications of this. Thousands of people, if not tens of thousands or so, hundreds of thousands, I don't know, paid money to fly out here to do this for Kyle Rittenhouse. So this is I can't even describe this scene. The only way I can think of describing it is, my God. Folks, remember when Kyle Rittenhouse went on Tucker Carlson's show and said he supports BLM and isn't racist? Remember that one? Yeah. Okay, so again, this is think of the implications of this. A right-winger brought a gun to defend property he didn't own or have any stake in, ended up killing 2 people in self-defense. Right, now again, I explained the contrast with the Michael Ryanel case last year. But again, think about that precedent. You brought a gun for a very weird reason to a protest and then killed people. Why were you at that protest? Why did you bring a gun? Those are questions the right wing no longer cares about. I can bring a gun anywhere, right? Call someone like a fucking loser, say, hey, you're ugly, loser, and then they yell at me, and then I can shoot them, because I'm acting in self-defense now. Think about that. Think about that. Protests are very unstable scenarios, right? There's a lot of things that can happen at a protest. It's very random, very high intensity. Anything can change at any time. I have a lot of protest experience personally, right? So I can tell you, things are very unstable. Right? When you bring a gun to things that are very unstable, and then you threaten to use that gun, right? And again, Kyle Rittenhouse was moving with vigilante squads. He wasn't acting alone. He was working with vigilante squads that were talking to the police. So again, all of that was deemed A-okay. All of that. He got no charges found guilty for any of those things. Bringing a gun, buying a gun illegally, defending property he didn't own or communicate with the owner or have any stake in, working with vigilante squads, working with police. No police were charged either, right? And all the while, he was 17, a stupid little fucking kid. And the right is cheering him. Because they think that the next time there's a big uprising in this country like we saw in 2020, if it ever happens again, I would, I personally would want that to happen again and more intense. But, it's, hey, I'm just saying. But they're ready. They've got their precedent. They all are going to feel invincible. They can all kill anyone they want. As long as they bait someone into yelling at them first, it's open season.
This is the most famous TikToker in America. 4 doors, more whores. He's in there.
I don't even... What the fuck even is this? So anyway.
Get loud.
I don't have the speech, but I'm not really interested in airing the speech here. I just like the reaction to him coming out. I don't really care what he has to say. If I see a clip of it and I find it funny, I'll cover it. But, like again, the implications of this are pretty horrifying. Anyone can bring a gun anywhere and bait someone into yelling at them, and then boom. Self-defense? The gun can be illegal? Alright. The whole reason you're there could be very, weird and strange, and, You can say a couple weeks beforehand that you want to kill people. Whatever. All that matters is you go somewhere, you bait someone into yelling at you, and boom. Open season, license to kill anyone you want. And the right is taking notes. These motherfuckers are taking notes. Are you taking notes? Are you figuring out what they're going to try next? Because if not, again, they are going to always try to push the barriers here, push the boundaries. So, I don't know. Be careful. Shit's fucked up. Shit is fucked.